It was a shitty setup with a shitty joke and no shitty punchline even. That these were the shitty toppings on the shitty burger that was Good Burger.
Yeah.
The not aptly named Good Burger that, despite what the 60-second preview says, is not a very funny movie.
Yeah.
It's a vaguely humorous film.
Oh man, yeah, you know, it's time for me to rate this sucker. Only a 5.
You're gonna give it a 5, right down the middle?
Well, 5 is fine.
5's fine.
It's a fine movie for the times, for what I expected out of it. Watching it with you today, I actually got a little more enjoyment out of it than I thought I would.
I feel like you only got enjoyment out of like me disliking the movie.
Yeah, for sure. If you were having a good time, this movie may have suffered a little bit for the rating, but 5 I think is fine. Now,
if I was rocking and rolling with this movie, you might have enjoyed it even more or less.
it depends. If you were clapping your hands and laughing and really going at it, then probably wouldn't have enjoyed it as much. Now, I think I
audibly laughed twice, and both of those were at Sinbad being Sinbad.
No. Now, I'm going to say as a kid, I probably didn't love it that much. Maybe I would give it a 7. Maybe. Just because...
So in 19 years, your score has only gone down 1 point?
2.
2. Okay, sorry. Okay. 2 points. Big, all right. Big drop.
You being sarcastic?
Yes,
I don't know.
yes.
You know, you're the one who takes only 0.5 points away from Bones in your beef, so I don't know.
It was good enough despite that bone.
Okay, fine. I don't remember loving this movie, but I obviously loved it enough to pay at least $5 for it. I have a DVD copy. I own this film.
That fascinates me. How long have you owned this movie, would you say, Matthew?
At least probably since 2004.
And this is the second time you watched it, the first time you were a child.
Yeah.
So you've owned this movie for 12 years without ever having watched the DVD that you purchased.
You know, I knew the day would come when somebody would say, "Good Burger, I want to see that." And there it is.
All right, Matthew, next time we review something that isn't an actual burger,
yeah,
I'm going to say it should be the Video Game Burger Time Arcade Classic, because I don't think it'll take an hour of my time. And I don't think it'll take 40 minutes to discuss.
Yeah, you can get deep into things that you didn't think you would.
We didn't really get deep into it. We just summarized the entire plot, mentioned that Carmen Electra was there, Linda Cardellini has a great agent, and the actor who played Kells is a goddamn... Well, maybe not the actor. The character that Kells played is a goddamn idiot. Keenan was maybe the only saving grace of the movie, despite not being that funny and being a conniving, double-faced, basically villain to the main character.
Yeah, well, he turned around at the end.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess, just to save his own butt.
Yeah, basically. All right. Well,
there are almost no likable characters in this film. And the plot is poorly conceived, poorly executed. It was written like a bad 80s direct-to-video comedy that was produced in the late 90s, with not much of a budget, it would seem, but not a bad budget, like a pretty decent budget. They could have made a much better movie with that budget. But at the same time, I guess it could have been potentially even worse than this.
Okay, because now, like after all that, I don't even understand how it got 2.5 from you. But
there's no likable characters in a shitty movie.
How did it even get a 2.5? Like, why isn't it much lower than that?
Because you know what? With the budget they had, they made a movie. It has a plot. The structure isn't I could follow the plot. It wasn't just it wasn't blurry, poorly filmed nonsense. Although there were a couple shots that looked like they did not clean up the footage at all. It just looked dusty old footage.
Yeah, there were a couple of times too when I thought they were zoomed in on a character for no apparent reason, like real close-ups. And I think that might have just been trouble with the formatting.
No, I have a feeling that was a poor filmmaking choice.
Yeah.
And there was also the inexplicable use of sound effects for any eye motion. They would do a lot of close-ups where a character would look left and right really quickly, and we'd hear like whoop, 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 like this was a cartoon. But it happened, like these little cartoon sound effects happened so rarely that they always felt out of place.
Yeah.
I think the true stars of this movie, both in this film and coming out of this movie, are Sinbad, because he really carried every scene. He has a movie star quality. You can't take your eyes off of him when he's on the screen. And Abe Vigoda, because he brought a certain heart to this movie, a certain comedy to this movie that very few other characters actually brought, and a certain air of respectability.
Yeah. I mean, he's a veteran of film. I don't recall him in very many things, but you tell me he's the old man and everything. So
well, he was an old man on TV in the 70s, and this movie 20 years later, he continues to play an old man.
Yeah.
He was I believe Abe Vigoda only died a couple of years ago. Before maybe a decade, there was a website, Is Abe Vigoda Still Alive? Because it was unbelievable how old this fellow. Abe Vigoda was in The Godfather. Abe Vigoda is a known actor. In The Godfather, he wasn't young either. Known actor, respected actor, consistently old-looking actor.
all right.
Yeah, next week we're probably not watching a movie.
Maybe Good Burger again.
Oh, God, I hope not. So instead of watching a movie, Matthew, what do you think we should do next week?
Like maybe like go for lunch. Let's get a burger.
Wendy's, my girl. Wow.
My apologies.
So finally we have...
That's my bless you.
Oh, so I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. God bless you.
Okay.
I find... Only because I just watched this movie with you.
Yeah.
Was this conversation bearable? No one's gonna want to listen to this half of the show.
You don't listen to the same things that I want to listen to. You know.
That's true. That's true.
Like if
I don't know who the audience for this is, but good grief.
What are we doing